Welcome in, everyone, to another banging episode of the Comic Bookies podcast. Episode 142 is here, and boy, do we have a big one for you. Alex from Treasure Island Comics joins us again as his LA Rams are in Super Bowl 56 against the Cincinnati Bengals. And yes, he is also back. From a two and a half month hiatus, Comic Bookie Sean is back on the mic and talking Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl, and the NHL All-Star Game sucks. NASCAR Clash in LA, and a couple NBA trades to discuss as well. And over in comics, there's plenty of books for us to get into. DC, Marvel, Boom Studios, AWA, just to name a few. And we have Academy Award nominations, including Shang-Chi and Spider-Man. The Book of Boba Fett we're talking about. And we're also talking about Tom Holland and how he wants to play Jack from Jack and Daxter, one of my favorite video games. No way. But this is the Comic Bookies podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go.
Very impressive.
Yeah, dude. I saw the article today. I was like, no way. I loved those games when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay.
I had to look up the roster for the Bengals. Tyler Boyd's the other guy I couldn't think of. Boyd, Chase, and Higgins are all really good, man.
Yeah, they're a good
So
three-headed monster.
who's starting at tight end then?
Yeah.
Uzama's out. I forgot. That's some white guy.
Is he out?
He like sprained his knee or ankle.
Last time I
something.
seen, he's. Let me see if there's another update. Last I seen, he was going to likely be out. Yeah, he was, fit the role.
Okay, let's go. Let me set up the chat for live chat. Okay. Okay, coming back live in 3, 2, and 1. You know, folks, there's a lot of great comebacks in the history of sports. You know, you have the great Golden State Warriors coming back from 3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Boston Red Sox coming back from down 3-0 against the New York Yankees. And you can't mention the word comeback without the New England Patriots coming back from 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. And then you have players coming back. You know, you have Joe Burrow, who's about to play the Super Bowl in his second year, when after last year he has a horrendous injury. Klay Thompson coming back from, 2.5 seasons. But I think all of those comebacks pale in comparison to what we are witnessing right here. Back from 2.5 months off after having his son, Kaysen. Comic Bookie Sean is back on the mic for episode 142. Sir, it's been since like October or November. But it's great to have you back. How are you? Just, give us a quick little 2-3 minute spiel on everything. How's life, bro?
I just got to say the closest comeback to this might be Jordan coming back in 96. No, it's, you know what? Like, you guys are all fathers. Best job in the world, man. Having Kaysen's has been the greatest joy, and I do not regret taking a minute off of work and just life and just being this guy's dad, because I know I ran to a bookstore a couple of times and seen Alex, and he said the same thing. Like, you're gonna learn something new every day. You're gonna see something new in your kid, and it's just the best job in the world, bro. Like, there's no burden. There's nothing I actually hate. Like, I actually like the cliche, oh, you don't get sleep. My wife and I have a great system. We actually sleep all right. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like the only time he kind of cries and stuff is when he wants a bottle. But seeing this guy smile, I mean, he's 2 months today, actually. What are the odds of that? 2 months today, back on the pod. I mean, hey, life is the best, bro. A new perspective once that kid came out. And hey, I can't put in the words, man. It's the best job in the world, though, for sure.
Back, Alex? Yeah, congrats
Congratulations.
To Sean.
Yep.
Oh,
Great to
man,
have you back,
for the uncles
right?
to meet him, man. Meet all you guys
shots
for sure.
pretty soon, you said?
He gets his shots tomorrow morning, so I know it's supposed to be like 4 or 5, but we already sent an email that we kind of don't want him taking that many at once. So I think we might break it down and have like 1 or 2 tomorrow and just see how he reacts. But yes, he's going to start getting some shots, and we'll start setting up some play dates and just introduction dates so you actually see, meet you guys. But yeah, man, it's definitely
Alex,
crazy.
He's got those chubby thighs, right?
He got the chubby thighs and the chubby cheeks.
Man, load him up with all the shots. Hit him up, light him up.
Might as well, right?
Knock
Knock them all out at once.
It sucks because actually, like you feel for them, but getting the shots in the leg. But then, like my daughter just got her first round of shots in the arm, and that's like even worse. Like you think that the leg is killer, but it's like no, they have really in my daughter, she's a twig, so they have to like pinch her tricep, and oh man, it was. I wasn't there. Like my wife actually went for the first time to get the kid shots, but yeah, it was all bad. Alex, you're 2 weeks removed from jumping on the show and talking about your Rams beating, Sean's 49ers. Yeah. So now your Rams are in the Super Bowl.
A good episode. I'll see you guys later.
That was a close game, man. That was a crazy game. I thought for sure we were going to lose it until that fluke at the end there. That was all crazy,
Sean?
Man.
Yeah, you guys deserved it, though, man. You guys deserved it. Like I said to many people, and it's actually the first time I think I've talked to Alex about that game since. I would take that win over the 6 or 7 in a row because the other ones don't mean nothing if you don't get to the Super Bowl. But hey, all props to the Rams. I mean, you guys are the arguably best roster in football. When you actually take a just glimpse at it, like there's a star on like every level of that defense. You got a great quarterback, a good offense. You're almost doing what you should be doing. That's why I wasn't like, damn, we lost. It's like it sucks we lost, but I mean, we did lose to the better team.
That was a tough game. I'm glad it was Niners-Rams for the conference championship, too. I didn't want to see like Bucs or Green Bay in there. It was much better. It was a good game. That was tough, man. I was sweating bullets the whole game.
Yeah, that's where you see that you need that quarterback on that last drive. I mean, Jimmy pulled out the last game of the season versus you guys get us to the playoffs, but I had a feeling before that drive happened, like Rams are about to clinch up a little bit. I'm not sure we're going to be able to pull this one off, but
well, it's tough. I mean, Jimmy G, he played super injured, man. He's not a bad quarterback. He's just a little injury prone, unfortunately.
Of course. Now, hey, you guys are off to Cincinnati. It's had to face Cincinnati, but hey, man, it's going to be a goodie. Overall, waiting to see this week.
And Rams are visiting team, although we're home, which is weird. So,
Sean, real quick before we get into the actual game, what do you foresee over the offseason with Jimmy G? And because we assume that Trey Lance is going to be there to start, they wouldn't use that first round pick, to just have him sit there for a couple years. So is Jimmy G in a Niner uniform?
He'll get traded. Do I think there's like an outside shot he stays? And I kind of wouldn't mind it. I would say still he gives us the best chance to win over Trey. There's no doubt about it. This Trey kind of maybe make the playbook open up a little bit more because his intangible is sure. But I mean, considering Jimmy's already said he's talked to John about wanting to find a winning situation. We're already talking about going after Tyrod Taylor for a backup quarterback. I mean, it's kind of there to be, just if you're going to just trade him, get what you can out of him. You get a second, I'm happy. I mean, I'm hearing first, he ain't no first round pick. Come on now.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Exactly. You get a second, I'm already like, damn, that's a steal. But, you walk away with the third, maybe 2, I'll be happy.
Pittsburgh, maybe, right? That's one of the rumors.
Pittsburgh, Tampa, Carolina, and Denver.
Like what's up, High Nooner? What's up, Mark? How's it going, man? How you been?
What's up, brother?
How's the week going?
Good. Good. Just looking up some of these lines and props so we can get into, have some fun a little bit later when we get down into the fun and the dessert of the Super Bowl talk.
Sean when he jumped on?
New guy.
That face. Can't forget that face. Been seeing that face since I was probably 7 years old.
Since day one, man. Shoot, at least.
All right, so let's get into the game. So I think currently, I looked earlier this afternoon. Oh, by the way, speaking of Alex, this episode is brought to you by Treasure Island Comics in Fremont, California. Tomorrow, Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, is New Comic Book Day, so go and visit the shop or your local comic book store and go get your pull list ready. Alex, he has anything you want, old and new, and if he doesn't currently have it, then he can damn sure order it for you. So go and get your books tomorrow. So let's get into the game. Like I said just a minute ago, I looked earlier today. Are the Rams still sitting at -4.5?
Well, I see 4 here, but I mean it's been bouncing around. Mm-hmm. I see it shaded more usually towards 4.5 than I do see a 3.5. I think there might have been some 3.5s that might have hit the market certain times and points throughout these last couple week and a half or whatnot. But I think that I I don't know. I think it's probably going to close at 4. Do you guys think it's going to close on a hook or it's going to close on a straight number?
I hope it closes on
minus
-4.5 because on some of those sites you can buy up to a 5. You know, if I have to stick to a 4, but then again.
But a 5 is kind of 5's a dead number.
Well, that's true because there is a difference, but usually when it comes to football scores, there's no difference between 3.5 and 4, right? It's it's a 3-point game. Like we don't often see it. Maybe like a 24-20 game, but there's a lot of those scores are like by 3. So if you can get at least 4 or 4.5, I would like to take Cincinnati. I mean that's my thinking now, but man, I don't know. Like what me and Alex were talking about in pre-production, if the Rams themselves, if their defensive line gets to Joe Burrow like the Titans did, it's game.
That's the game.
It's a wrap. They're going to win by a 10.
Game.
That's my thinking, is that Joe Burrow won't be able to. The Rams defense isn't going to give them chance. At least the front seven's not going to give them those chances that Tennessee did. Actually, sorry, their offense, because Tannehill played like garbage, and I don't think that Stafford will play that bad, with all the weapons that they have on offense. So that's my opinion on it.
He's got to get in rhythm. He's got to get in rhythm early.
I mean, both.
They're going to run the ball first, probably. Yeah.
I was just about to ask you, Alex. I mean, you are the Rams, resident fan. Rams win if. What do you guys need to do offensively and defensively? I mean, defensively, I think we agree. It's the pass rush. Get the Burrow. I think you control the game.
That's what Mike and I are saying. Like, if they blitz, they're going to expose corners and stuff, and Burrow's going to eat them up. He's really good against the blitz, just like Stafford's really good against the blitz, right? Those guys will eat up a blitz. Rams will win if they run the ball. Like I think, not the last game of the Niners, the game before. The Niners ran so hard on the Rams in those games, and I think it gave Sean McVay a good midseason lesson to just run the ball, control the clock, kind of do old school football, right? Because like December, I think the Rams are number one rushing team in the league. We just ran the ball like crazy that month after the Niners had beaten us, and they got to run the ball, play fundamental, boring football. They want to make the big splash play. Of course, it's a Super Bowl, right? So. I mean, God, you expect to see like Kupp get out on there and Beckham Jr. of course get out there and stuff. But I would hope that they run the ball well. Just run the ball well. Get to that pass rush, like I said, ease off on the blitz. And Jalen Ramsey's got to be on Chase probably most of the time, but they'll hit whoever he's not on, right? I mean, that quarterback is sharp. He needs to get the ball out. He's really good.
Yeah,
it worry me.
What do you think about the other side of the coin? What do the Bengals do to win the football game? Is there something that we don't know about the Rams that they can expose or attack?
I think like if the minute you get the Rams off their game, like what the Patriots always do, they just the team wilts real quick, right? Like if they expect one thing and the offense comes out just slinging the ball, like if they expect a running start and Cincinnati just hitting on like wheel routes or options and stuff real quick and gets them in a rhythm, Rams don't like that, right? They don't like being run up the middle. The linebackers don't tackle up the middle very well. That's been a problem for the whole season. I mean, and Mixon's a ridiculous running back, dude. So, I mean, if that guy starts like up the middle, getting like 6 yards of carry, that they could just take it to us and get the Rams on their back foot real quick. Then they feel the need to throw the ball more, right? That's when Stafford gets a little happy.
Change the mentality already.
They want to hit that big hit, They want to try to get that little guy out there in a zone coverage and just that little drop play that goes right between somebody, That's what I think. I mean, they've been good at that kind of football this year, but it's they don't like being pushed around too much. I don't think this year the Rams are they're a little more finesse than a grinded out team. They like those timing routes. So they like getting the offense out there. If you jam up those guys and stop that tends to change them a little bit. So.
And in my opinion, with the line holding at where it's holding at, with a lot of the sentiment, I believe being kind of on Cincinnati, in my opinion. Although I have heard, a lot of on shows that I listen to and just guys that I know and pages that I follow and whatnot. I think that there are sharps, on the Rams, which is a good thing to hear. But just everybody I talk to they're not going to steer away from laying or taking the points with Macaulay Culkin, right? I think that the line, in my opinion, is kind of telling us something that we want to know, because if a lot of people are, you obviously had that $4.5 million bet by that Mattress Mac guy, right? That he's taking Cincinnati. I forgot if he took did he take the points or did he take the money line?
I think it was money line. It was like 4.5 mil.
Might have been money line. Whatever. I mean, whatever it is. If you like a team to win, you might as well take them on the money line, because I think the last 13 Super Bowls, if I'm not mistaken, the team that has won the Super Bowl has actually covered the spread for the game. The game, in my opinion, the line is kind of telling to me. I don't know if it's because the star power, like you guys were mentioning earlier, that if they're going to be able to control all the Rams star power, the line is kind of telling me that they're going to have a little bit of a issue with it. You know, you look at this Rams team, they were a bad call away from the damn refs in Cincinnati against the Raiders. And, a Derek Carr fumble away pretty much 2 plays of that game that turned it around, that Cincinnati doesn't even advance. They get sacked 9 times over there in Tennessee. And it looks like that game could have come out close if it was, the other way as well, if it wasn't for Tannehill shit in the bed, throwing, I think, 3 interceptions, the $100 million man getting just completely exposed for Tennessee. And, just then they go into Kansas City and just pull off a miraculous comeback, kind of something that you would have expected Kansas City to do instead of the Cincinnati being able to go and do that inside of Arrowhead Stadium after being down 18 points, 21-3, I think they were.
Yeah,
and then
crazy.
With Kansas City just completely blowing any chance of trying to get some more points on the board right before halftime, when you're going to get the ball coming back out of the tunnel, right? And you could have gone up by 3 to make it 20, at least 24-3, right? And you're still 21-3. You come back out after halftime. You're pretty much a no-show. I think I saw that Patrick Mahomes' QBR in the first half was like 98 something, and then in the second half it was like 1 or -1 or something. They just got completely obliterated. I don't know if it was the Vegas made the call at halftime, hey guys, we need you guys to lose. You guys just there's too much money on parlays and money lines riding on you guys. So it's just crazy because throughout the season, I do see that Kansas City defense did improve a whole bunch compared to their first 5 games of the season. They were not too good, but Spagnuolo kind of turned that thing around, and they had a pretty decent defense, in my opinion. And for them to not be able to hold, and especially for that offense not be able to produce anything in that second half of that game, and to propel, Cincinnati and Joe Burrow into, Jamar Chase into these Super Bowl down in LA, it's just kind of mind-blowing to me. So, it's just that one thing you have to ask yourself as a handicapper, as a sports fan, as a just someone that, just in general, what you think, like, is there an end of the road going to come for this team? Are they even supposed to be here? I feel like the Rams, in my opinion, kind of should be here. There were some teams that showed some grit throughout the season, like Arizona looked like they had a chance to be here. Green Bay, obviously, San Francisco coming down that stretch, and they obviously were a game away. But I think the Rams, and like I said, I give props to Alex at the shop the other day, because I remember him telling me right before the season started, he actually said, I like the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to be juiced to want to play in their own stadium. And, although the Niners did cover that spread, a lot of people were on that trendy underdog in that game with the Niners 3.5, by the half point up to 4. Some people got it at 4. A lot of people were on that trendy underdog, and it obviously cashed, right? So Niners didn't win, but they did cover that spread. And I don't know, is another trendy underdog going to cash in this Super Bowl? Your guys' opinion, is Cincinnati going to cover the 4? Is the Rams? I kind of, am I going to middle it? I kind of like the Rams money line, maybe try to get Burrow plus 4.5. But then I don't know. I could see maybe, the Cincinnati getting down, trying too hard, maybe kind of losing by 6 or something. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It could be a game, to me, in my opinion, that you kind of just watch, see how it starts playing out the first quarter, and then maybe, kind of see if a team goes down by like 10 points, maybe get plus 7 on someone, because I think it's going to be within a 6-7 point game either way. So if I can get a plus 7 underdog either way, I think it'd be a fun bet to place, and I think it's going to be a pretty damn fun Super Bowl to watch, man. Your guys' thoughts? Sorry, I was kind of long-winded on that one, but
yeah, take a breath, Jesus.
I'll let you guys have the floor. I'm going to look up some numbers and I'll rest for a minute, man.
Well, first of all, Alex, like, is it next year or 2 years from now the Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl? So before that season starts,
2 years, right?
Can you please have a feeling that the Raiders are going to get?
Oh my God, I would love that.
Play at home.
Love that. But Coach McDaniels is tough for the Raiders, man. That's still weird as hell for me.
That's a tough sell, I think, for the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know, but
he's such an outsider. Maybe he makes them organized or something. I don't know. I think Cincinnati could totally win the game. I mean, that team can score in a hurry, as we saw, man. They're like coasting on all the good feels. It feels like to me, to some degree. The Rams. I mean, like Mark and I talked. Yeah, I thought the Rams are totally going all in to try to get Super Bowl. Of course, having it at home, that there was such a motivation to play in this game. You know,
I don't know.
It's gonna be a tough one. I
mean, I like the Rams though, but
I mean, it's.
I hope the Rams experience from a couple of years ago helps a little bit, right? Although Zach Taylor was on that staff as the quarterbacks coach, so he's got a feeling for the week. But McVay got schooled in that game, dude. Belichick just whooped that dude up and schooled him publicly, and I hope that pays off this Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things like Mark was just saying. Like you can make arguments for either one, So is it one of those ones where you catch a live bet? Like where if the Rams go down early, like 7-0, 3-0, and you can get it, under 3, like if it goes down, or I mean, you get the Bengals. Yeah, if it creeps down below the 4, the 3, then snatch it up right there, So I don't know. And then it's always those second half adjustments as well, Like I was telling Mark a couple weeks ago about the Niners and Packers. It was like they had negative yards, at halftime, but they were down only 7-0. They blocked that field goal. And I told my wife, I was like, watch, they're going to come back and win. Like those second half adjustments are going to be freaking key. So, obviously points off turnovers is what I always talk about too. If they can minimize mistakes but then capitalize on the mistakes that they kind of, receive. I don't know.
What about that total, guys?
What's it at?
Well, go ahead, Alex.
Both those guys sling the ball around. There should be a couple picks in the game, right?
Yeah.
Has to be at least 2.
Couple nerves. The total's sitting at 48.5. You guys have any thoughts on? I mean, I know Sean said something earlier, 24-20. That's 44. That's getting a push on with the spread. 48.5 is pretty high. Yeah. I think it's going to be kind of an electric Super Bowl, in my opinion, down in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I suppose it's going to be a defensive dud, win by 3 points.
10-6.
That safety in the game.
That 13-3 spectacular with Jared Goff a couple years ago.
Oh, exactly that.
Oh God! If the Rams show up and score 3 points this Super Bowl, McVay, you're out of here, McVay.
Or the Saints and Broncos, or not Saints, Seahawks and Broncos, where that first score was the safety, so it threw off everyone's bets, threw off everyone's squares, like everyone was just screwed.
Everyone's squares went to shit.
That was what's his name, right? That was Peyton Manning, the first hike of the game, I think.
That was the first hike of the game.
Over at they played it in New York that year. That's when I was watching it at 3:00 in the morning in London. I mean, if I'm going to give my pick, I like. Oh my God, do I go against Smokin' Joe? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to go. Damn it. All right, I'll go L.A. The California team. And by the way, like how it's tough. I mean, I'm of course guys, everyone who's listened to 141 and a half episodes knows that I'm a huge like Niner just non-fan hater and blah blah. But how hard has it been being a fan of this team in this division, Sean? I was just telling Alex, like 6 of the last 10 Super Bowls have featured a team from the NFC West. So it's like, and then for a good part of this season, it was looking like the 4th team, the Arizona Cardinals. So it's like, like Trey Lance better,
Yeah, it's crazy because, I mean, in all that, when Jimmy came to our team, we were an 0-8 team. And we've been to the Super Bowl twice since he came to this team, the NFC Championship. And if anyone told me that was going to happen, I'd say you're out of your freaking mind. So, even going back to Cap got us. I mean, in the last, 12, 15 years, I've been to 3 Super Bowls, or 2 Super Bowls, a couple NFC Championships. So it's like, it's a spoiled division right now for sure.
I mean, so I think I'm going to go LA. I think they're actually going to win this one. It's going to be you always look at the storylines too. not just the X's and O's and the numbers of the game, right? Stafford was in Detroit, paid his dues. He was an unbelievable quarterback stats wise, but just he was never given a winning product except for maybe Calvin Johnson for a couple of years, you know. So now he gets traded. It was a blockbuster trade, swapping quarterbacks. He's put into a fantastic roster. They did what people thought that they should because of the just like what you said, Sean, they have like the best roster, on paper in the NFL, arguably. So I think that they finally get it done. Joe Burrow, love the guy, but he's only his second year in the NFL. He'll have plenty of chances to play against Josh Allen, Mahomes, all those other AFC quarterbacks and battle it out over the next decade and a half. And it's going to be exciting to watch, but I think that the Rams win by 6.
I like Rams by at least a touchdown. I'll go 9 or 10 at least. I think Rams big time.
All right.
I'm actually with Sean on this one. Although I think like it'll be under 250 passing yards, a lot of running the ball, but Stafford gets a couple out.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of those, like, it'll look closer than what it is, but it'll still be a comfortable scoring. Yeah, at least 10.
Well, the teams know each other very well. The coaches know each other very well. It's like, man, when that happens to the Rams, the games tend to go low scoring, kind of grind them out a little bit until they just wait for a mistake to happen. Like the Niner games, they're usually pretty tight for a while there, right? Because the teams know each other so well. And then a couple plays blow it open one way or the other.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
And these teams do know each other pretty good, right? What you said between Zach Taylor and McVay being on that squad. So
and Jamar Chase, like you and I talked about this last week, Mark. Jamar Chase with Burrow is ridiculous, dude. That is unbelievable connection. Yeah. I think the Rams have a tough day with that.
That young and doing it the way they're doing
it.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like if the defensive line for the Rams gives problems, gives Joe Burrow problems, but if he's got Mixon, if he's got Jamar Chase, if he has those guys in the flats and can make just like kind of just check down, but those guys can break tackles and make plays, you got to watch out for that as well. So, and then of course blitz, you have less secondary to kind of come over and help out. So, yeah, it's.
Yeah, no blitzes, please. Our safeties are not that great, man. Come on, the back end's pretty loose over there. Like, don't do that. Don't overload it.
Jamar Chase, you're looking at between about 78, 80 yards receiving. Cooper Kupp, 105-ish.
So pretty much Cooper Kupp goes over 100 yards.
Right over 100.
Yeah, that's a show.
Actually, Mark, I want to tell you, you weren't on the call yet, but I'm going to say that can you give me, if you can search, what is the over-under on the time for the national anthem? I saw this little like TikTok or a little Instagram video of this gal. She was doing some research on the person who's singing the national anthem.
Who is singing it?
I was just going to say that. Don't ask me who it is. I don't know. But the over-under is like 95 seconds, which is historically low because it's usually around 2 minutes, like 120 seconds. And so this girl, she goes back to a bunch of these big, events that she's done the national anthem for, and she does the stopwatch from the beginning and to the end, and then she averages it out, and it comes out to like 86 seconds. So it's like not even 9 seconds lower than what she is, than what the actual line is at. And I think they were like, I think her name's like Mixie or Mindy something, because they were calling her like Quickie Mixie or Quickie Mickey, or it's Mickey something. It's Mickey something. And so
Mickey,
yeah. So they were like,
Mickey,
they were saying, it's Quickie Mickey or whatever. So hopefully they, I'm not sure if they're gonna.
The over 95 seconds is juiced at about almost 150. Under, you can get about over or even money. About.
Oh, yeah. So you're looking at under 95 seconds, and you're getting a better deal. Oh, yes, sir. Okay. Oh God, that means it's gonna go like 2 minutes. She's gonna hold a couple notes, like, oh God.
No, she can be nervous and get through it real quick.
Hopefully.
Right through it.
But Mark, go ahead and give your pick, and any other props you want to give out and give, because this guy right here in the top right corner of your live feed right now has to go soon.
This guy. There's all first performing artist shown live during halftime. Let's go through some of this fun stuff. Multiple artists is plus 190. Snoop Dogg 3-1. Dre 3.5-1. Eminem 4-1.
They're all performing.
I'd say Snoop or Dre comes out first.
Yeah.
Or multiple.
Oh no way! Dre's like third with "My Name Is Like Late." My name is like late.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
They're gonna like. I don't know. Ice Cube's not
Ice
in
Cube
this.
sang at the Ice Cube sang at the Clash.
Ice Cube could only get NASCAR.
Yeah.
He couldn't cut it for the
He
Super
probably didn't
Bowl,
want to.
huh?
He's like, the Raiders aren't in it. He's gonna get the one in Vegas for sure. He's
I can see that for sure.
he'll be able to
Realistic.
perform at the Vegas one in a couple years. So
I'll take the Rams to win on the money line. I guess I'll take Home Alone and Mr. Macaulay Culkin.
You're breaking up the
cover.
all right. So
Matt Stafford MVP, man. He's gonna have the Cinderella.
I can't have all
MVP.
four of us. I can't have all four of us with Rams in a blowout by 6 or more.
all right, cool.
No, Stafford's gonna get that storybook ending though, right? It's gonna be suddenly justified for all that crazy shit the Rams did in the offseason. You know, it'll be like because winning's the best deodorant, all that stuff, right?
That's what I mean. If
All it takes is one Super Bowl to make
all
it
those
worth
stats
it.
that he already has accumulated, all those accolades he has, if he wins this Super Bowl, he is a Hall of Famer. Because if you want to put like Eli Manning in, yes, he did beat the Patriots twice, but when you want that caliber of quarterback, if Matt Stafford wins this Super Bowl on Sunday, he is a Hall of Famer.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at the numbers. If you were to hide his face and look at his numbers and see one Super Bowl, I mean,
just compare him to the other guys. Like he has way better stats than guys like Joe Namath. Joe Namath only won one,
The only thing I would say, though, is he played. I mean, I know Alex has to get off, soon. The only thing I would say about Stafford, though, is his numbers are very inflated. How many games is he trailing in Detroit and Megatron? And look at how many average attempts he has. I know how do you really judge that?
Oh,
he's other players, but it's like his numbers are hella inflated.
Number one shit time freaking.
They used to call him
garbage time quarterback.
Yeah,
it's
garbage
hard
time.
For me to say he's a Hall of Famer, but if you actually get technical, and Mike is saying just pure numbers in Super Bowls, of course he is. But
what about Kyler? Kyler's not happy in Arizona or something's going on with that.
I saw that. Like people are speculating he's gonna go play for the A's. Like that's awesome. Please do
Get
it.
out of here.
If he said he wanted to come to Oakland,
we wouldn't win anyways. We wouldn't win anyways. Actually, you know what? We don't have to worry about Trout anymore. So
you would with Mc. Maybe this year McVay wins and next year McDaniels wins.
Ronald McDonald is going to win before McDaniels.
He ain't getting the Super Bowl.
Yeah, McDonald's is going to win after.
All right, Alex. Well,
I will say, Alex, good luck. Because I know you're having very fun, probably some stress, but good luck on Sunday, big time.
I am nervous for the game, man. Of course,
owner
until it's
of
over.
Great sponsor, comic book store, Treasure Island Comics in Fremont, California. Please go visit the shop every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Alex, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you hopefully in the next few months for our second quarter visit.
All right.
See you guys.
See you later, Alex.
I'll talk to y'all soon, man. Thanks.
Wait for him to jump off. I think I can. How'd I do this again? Like studio mode, right? Yeah, studio mode.
How did I do this again?
While you're doing that, Mike, I'm going to check on the kid real quick. Give me a sec.
All you ladies pop, like this. Don't quit.
Don't quit. My crack.
That's the first thing to say is my crack. Oh, boy. Okay.
Oh boy, it's Wally.
It's Wally. You gonna get the coffee?
It's Wally.
I taught Maddie how to say that, so everyone's wake up in the morning. Oh, by the way, what's up, Aaron? If you're still watching, what's up, Aaron? Ron. But every time I wake up, I'm like, I'm gonna get some coffee real quick, and Maddie goes, "Hey, Daddy, can you get the coffee?" So she says that now.
Have you tried that high noon
but I'm not
shit?
Opposed to it.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, that shit's fucking killing Stelzers. Because you know how like Stelzers, they're more like water.
Yeah. Okay. What's this? Is it? Go ahead.
And they're This is water. But it's more like vodka. It's like vodka and fruit juice. It's not just like
so it's
water
got more
with
carbs
alcohol.
in it then because of potatoes, like that.
Right? Carbs. Hold on. No sugar added. 100 calories. Gluten free. How many carbs does it have?
Oh,
2.6 grams of 2.6
Okay.
grams of sugar. Oh no, it don't say carbs.
It has to say
You're probably right. Oh, carbs.
So 5 grams
2.6
of sugar
grams of
in it?
carbs.
No, it's not bad. What
They're
flavor do you
good,
get? Like,
though.
what flavor do you get? Oh, you know what?
They're
I did have
better
some.
than
I went to.
they're not as carb.
Oh,
They're not as
I did have a couple
carbonated
when I
either.
went to Danielle's cousin's house in San Jose. We had like a barbecue or whatever, and they had those.
Yeah.
Because Kyle goes, "You want a nooner?" I was like, "Nooner?" Like, "Oh, those high noons." Yeah, he goes, "You want a nooner?" He just throws.
Really?
I'm swimming in the pool with the kids, and it throws me a nooner.
In the pool.
Oh yeah,
that
it was
fucking
nice.
must
It
feel
was
good.
Yeah, it was like in August or
On
September.
a hot
yeah.
day. They make them in Modesto
Oh,
too,
we should go to the
which is
brewery
crazy.
or whatever you want to
And
call
they
it.
send
the distillery.
they send them. Yeah, they send them everywhere too. I seen people like in the East Coast or
Nice.
whatever drinking this
Okay,
shit.
I'm gonna just do the whole like. All right, we'll be right back, and we'll get back into the sports. We'll just go ahead and take the break now, and then come back, and then so we won't take 2 breaks. Okay. And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining the show, and we'll be right back after this short song, and we'll be back. Well, ugh. And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much, Alex from Treasure Island Comics, joining us for episode 142. We'll be right back to continue the collision course of sports and comics. Okay, cool. And then we'll come back, and then we'll we got tons of shit we could talk about. How fucking whack the NHL All-Star Game is, the Pro Bowl.
Dude, forget the NHL All-Star Game. Dude, Pro Bowl is the most embarrassing thing ever, bro.
Like
it is
baseball's
so
probably
bad.
the best one now.
The only thing that I actually seen, God, what the hell's his name? Darius Slay say, which actually did make some sense, is teams get eliminated from the playoffs. Some teams don't even make the playoffs. And for those players that make the Pro Bowl, they're not doing nothing football related for how long till the Pro Bowl, which I actually like, damn, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, me and you were on the freaking Browns. We get eliminated, and we made the Pro Bowl, and then these guys aren't trying to get hurt. And he purely said, we're just not trying to get hurt, so we're going to go at this speed.
Then
We're not
do
going to
a game
change.
anymore. Just do.
They said don't do the game or do it like
Or just do a bunch of skills.
3/4 of the way.
Like whatever happened to those skills competitions in the late '90s, early 2000s?
Bro, they're garbage, bro. They're garbage. Did you see what they did for this year's skills competition? They literally did a trick catch competition. A trick catch competition. So you see like this guy, like, Trayvon Diggs. He threw it between his legs and he caught it like under his, like, put his arms behind his legs and caught it, and they were doing straight up 1 to 10. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Like, Micah
Tyreek Hill
Parsons
in the
beat
race.
freaking
I saw that.
Tyreek Hill in a fort. Really?
Yeah,
they're really trying.
And then,
Come on,
but like back in the day, I saw they always showed like throwback clips. It was like, oh, the kickers are playing tic tac toe.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was cool. Yeah,
Larry
right?
Allen.
Yeah, the lifting contest. I mean, exactly. Obstacle course. Where like the things that going back and forth, and it's accuracy contests. Like, kind of showcase your skills too, right? Okay, cool. So,
how do they even let it get to this point, dude? Jeez.
Too much money, fool. These fools don't care, dude.
But
They
then it's
don't
also
care.
too
They
much money
don't wanna
involved
get
because they might get
As soon as
hella
it's
fans.
on-
They
There's
just
hella
give
fans
up
in
on- they
Vegas. They're
just
still
give-
going to spend money on it. I don't even know why we're talking right now. Let's just get back to it, and then let's get into it. Okay, back live in 3, 2, and 1. And we are back from our short break. We have a lot more to come, so thank you very much for watching us live on YouTube right now. And if you're listening after this episode has been released, thank you so much. 142 episodes, nearly 3 years of doing this shit. We are so excited, and we're also glad, again, to have Sean back on the show, bro. So we were just talking before we, during our break, and dude, these All-Star games are just getting out of hand. The NHL All-Star game is like okay. I mean, I would probably put the Major League Baseball as probably the best because obviously guys aren't going to throw 60 miles an hour. They're going to try to gas you, right? And these guys don't want to strike out, so they're going to try. The NHL and the NBA is kind of like stagnant, like the same. But now the Pro Bowl is just unbelievably just whack. The whole, like everything you're telling me about the skills competition, it was just unbelievably stupid.
Yeah, baseball is the only one that you still have a level of competition because what you said, you still got to throw a fastball, you still got to hit a fastball. Basketball, they don't really try until the fourth quarter, and I think it was like two All-Star games ago. It was like the last 5 minutes. It was probably the best 5 minutes of like almost basketball I ever seen. Where you seen it was literally the best 10 guys in the NBA, and they were going at it like it was entertaining. Hockey, it's definitely right above the Pro Bowl because I did watch a little bit of those 3-on-3 tournaments, that they had, the Pacific, Atlantic, and what so, and the defense is a little stick checking, little poke checking is like, I get it. Skills competition though, I do love. I do like the one-on-ones. I do like the accuracy shots, but Pro Bowl, you might as well just eliminate it. Like fans are actually wasting their money. You're literally going there to watch them play tag football. It's not even.
But there's still tens of thousands of people that pack that stadium that pay money. So why wouldn't they have the game? And then you have.
Yeah, it's money. You just said it. It's money. It's embarrassing. And
then you
have
good old Alvin Kamara getting in trouble. So there's another excuse. Like, I don't know.
Another stain for Vegas. I mean, I'm not saying it bad way. It sucks.
It's a horrible. It's a horrible take, Sean. According to a certain user on Twitter, it's a horrible take that Vegas is a bad city for the NFL and its young players. Yeah, horrible take.
I mean, when I look on like my Instagram and what 90% of the players are showing them doing at night is at the club having bottle service. You can figure out the rest. And I'm not making any assumptions that they're going to do something wrong, but you're already in are you on a vacation or are you here for the Pro Bowl?
Exactly. Mark, I'm going to assume that you didn't watch any of the Pro Bowl.
I didn't watch none of the Pro Bowl. I heard about the Kamara thing. I don't know if NASCAR has setting because I know it hasn't Kamara been like a ambassador or something for like
he's actually
NASCAR?
The only one who hit anybody this Pro Bowl weekend. All the players.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for him and just I mean, I don't know if you can really put that on Vegas. That's kind of more on him being just
they're stupid, man.
Dumb, really, in general. Yeah, exactly.
Put money and fame.
Why you just
can't fix stupid.
You got the money. You got the money. All the spotlight's gonna be on you, bro. Like, I get it. Someone could have really taunted him in the elevator or whatever the hell happened. Who knows? I haven't seen nothing. I don't even know if there is anything. But
he punched him full 8 times. Who was running away from his group, and he says, "Oh, I thought he did something to someone in my group."
Wasn't it an elevator?
No, well, maybe they were getting off the elevator. I think he may have said something to the group, and he started running away. There's a little scuffle that came off on the side, but I guess supposedly he punched some guy 8 times.
Because he called him a doo-doo head or something, or oh my God, you can't.
No, bro, man.
The level of, I mean,
it just shows, man. I could be a multi-millionaire. You can call me any word you say, and I'm just gonna smile. Hey, my life's good, man. You're an average nobody. I'll never see you again, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and you would think that as they get older, like if I heard that story, 10 years ago, maybe I would have said, yeah, man, I would have said something back to him, or I would have popped him one time, But now, at the age we are, it's like, oh my God, this guy's a freaking moron, God.
Can't fix stupid, bro. It's just jokes. The fact that we weren't talking about this, this is the shit that they're talking about at the Pro Bowl, man. That's probably bigger news than the game.
And then how many of the sponsorships he's going to get taken away, Like what Mark was saying. Is he going to be able to go to the Coca-Cola 600 and represent the NFL for, at the NASCAR races? Maybe, maybe not. It seems like NASCAR itself is a more forgiving sport than a lot of other sports. We are defending champion Kyle Larson, what he did 2 years ago. So who knows about what's going to happen there? But I mean, God, dude, what a moron.
They'll just have Kamara take sensitivity
That's
training.
right. Mm-hmm.
I think actually kind of segues pretty good because we were talking about all-star type of games and actually going into the Clash, the first race of the season. And I did watch bits and pieces. How do you guys especially Marks, I know, you're very huge on it being in LA in the Coliseum, and you see them accelerate for 2 seconds before they have to start decelerating around the corner. How do you like that kind of racing?
I know it's cool.
Before NASCAR, for me, I was like, I ain't watched some damn cars turn freaking to the left the whole damn time. Then I started exactly not how it used to be, and now we're like, damn, NASCAR is actually pretty cool. But for me personally, it gets a little hard after a while for me to watch it. I think the best part is when you see that car's able to like strategically, boom, this is my chance to get ahead of them.
It's so weird to like see that it takes like 15 laps to do that. Like he's on his how are you on someone's ass for like
exactly? When am I going to strike? That's cool. That's the coolest part. I will say,
dude, and then how
catching them's one thing, passing them's another.
That's dude, right.
To answer your question, dude, I actually loved it. To tell you the truth, a lot of the earlier, even not trucks, but like ARCA series, K&N series, those they run on tracks like that sometimes, little coil ringers and whatnot. But I enjoy them. It's obviously, I don't think you can run like a full field on a track like that. It'd be just too congested. 36, 38 cars, whatever it is, just with 40 cars, just just a quarter mile. But the way they did it, hey, you went in there. Who knows what could have happened? I thought that, it does rain in California sometimes. Would have been crazy if it would rain on their parade when they had all that set up. I think that a lot of things could have gone wrong and just had a bad look. But you see NASCAR really, in my opinion, from what I saw, like, I don't know if you noticed, like, when not Dr. Dre, when Ice Cube was performing, the little halftime that they had where they got to adjust on the cars a little bit and whatnot. You see the cameras for Fox, they're like going, they're panning out to the brothers, they panning out to the college kids, the Asians. They're like, they're trying to show like, okay, we're trying to be like diverse, we're trying to gain new audience. Definitely they got the new car. They weren't straight downtown LA or whatever, not downtown, but pretty damn close, South Central, if you will. Sean went on the Salgado tours out there. Maybe
Salgado tour LA, baby.
But nah, dude, it's wild. So I really enjoyed it. The whole heat races. It made for a very long day. If you followed like practice and qualifying on Saturday, they had a pretty good extensive 2-hour practice. They had an hour and a half or 2-hour qualifying session, I think. And then the heat races was pretty long, and just the main event with all breaks and the Ice Cube and the performances and the hoopla and whatnot. I thoroughly did enjoy that clash. Don't really have anything too bad to say about it.
Yeah,
the
there was a few hiccups with the interiors of the car. Great. Like Denny Hamlin, there was a few, they're going to work the kinks out with the next
Briscoe
gen.
Was fast.
So there was a belt issue, I think, with Hamlin. But
they also don't race on tracks like that. But I know Briscoe was like shifting a lot. They mentioned also on the broadcast, and I think his car busted. He had a pretty fast car as well. It was fun to see Briscoe in the 2. It was fun to see the 42 back with Ty Dillon at GMS Petty Motorsports that he teamed up with Eric Jones to run that team. You see that new team in colleague racing with Allmendinger and Haley. They were
he
all
caught the
right.
wrath of Kyle Larson,
and
didn't
just,
he? Welcome to the big leagues, rookie.
Chastain, he's on Trackhouse with Suarez. Suarez performed good in practice and whatnot. It was just a very fun weekend. Not just the race itself, but just what I saw from different drivers. I hope there's a little bit of parity. You even saw that rookie and Harrison Burton that took over for our boy from Grass Valley and Matt DiBenedetto. Now in 21 is Harrison Burton. He was running pretty good. Like I said, Briscoe was running good. Briscoe was running good. Cindric was running real good too. He could lose spots and get back up there. It was just a fun, damn fun race. Really, it was. And if that's what we're gonna see in NASCAR this season, with more parity and with a Suarez that can like hang, and some of these other teams, and if it's more even, hopefully, we'll see.
Are the duels next week, or this weekend, or are they like the Friday or Saturday before the Daytona 500? Like the Thursday, like the day before, or like this week, like literally in 2 days? You nodded your head. I asked 2 questions. Okay, so next okay, cool.
But they are going to have qualifying on Saturday, right? Because Super Bowl is on Sunday. So I think they're probably going to qualify on Saturday. And then they have the duels on Thursday or whatever. Because usually, remember, usually the clash is built into this same
Daytona.
week. Usually the clash isn't this far before. They have the clash, I think, on they have like qualifying
like
on Saturday or Sunday, and then they have the clash on like Tuesday, and then like the duels on Thursday, and then the 500,
Yeah, and then you have the Friday truck race, the Saturday Xfinity race. It's like a whole week, a whole like week long thing. So I mean, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited that the season's back. It's cool because if you really, really, really like this sport, there's a very, very short, vacation for these drivers. They end in like the middle of November, and boom, 3 months later, the middle of, hey, what's up, Caleb? Speaking of NASCAR fans, what's up, dude? Caleb is a fan of Michael Root's channel. So, I mean, I'm super excited for this 500. It's going to be, Kyle Larson's defending his title. We have obviously, the guns who are always there, Busch and Hamlin and Truex and all those, Joe Gibbs drivers. How is, Keselowski going to do in the 6? What number does Chastain have over at Trackhouse? So he's in the
1. They took the numbers from and actually no, they took the Tom Petty, Richard Petty, and GMS Racing actually took the 42 and gave it to Ty Dillon, and then the 1 I believe was taken also from Chip Ganassi, and they took the 1 over to Trackhouse.
Kurt Busch is in the 45, still the monster, but he's a 45 over at
5.
Michael Jordan's 23.
23 and me 2311.
23 and me.
Oh man, but so this is a week of mainly about the Super Bowl. So Clash was fun to see that in LA. But we have a whole nother next week on Tuesday is going to be our huge NASCAR preview show. I actually hit up Marutz on his live stream yesterday. I was like, hey dude, you got to come on. We have an open spot for you next Tuesday to do a preview show. That guy is busier than hell. I mean, if you follow his YouTube channel, it's like he posts something every day. So he's busy man. He actually has something like huge or secret to drop pretty soon, So not sure if we're going to get him on, but hopefully, fingers crossed. But nonetheless, we're going to have our Daytona 500 / 2022 season preview next week. A few more things to touch on in the world of sports. This question's, thank God these couple things, happened today. Now that Sean's back, Sean had some NBA trades. Me being the aficionado and the huge fan of the NBA, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it since you're back. So the Pelicans, trading for C.J. McCollum, Halliburton to Indies, Sabonis to the Kings, like all those types of trades, and then you have the breaking news right, a couple hours before we start recording, Bradley Beal with his season-ending wrist surgery. So are any of those trades? I wouldn't say like I looked at the standings for a lot of these teams. They might affect the couple teams actually getting to the playoffs, but as far as teams who are towards the top, I mean, how does this affect the NBA season going forward and into the playoffs in May?
It may be more for fantasy purposes, to be quite honest, because those are all teams that are maybe going to sneak in for a play-in spot. Sacramento, they suck right now. They got rid of Halliburton, which is ridiculous. He's a stud. They get Sabonis is good. We'll see how that works out. Maybe a trade, you'll see the results in a year or two, but it ain't going to be either, Pelicans get McCollum. Actually, that's the trade that I'm like, okay, Pelicans are actually like 1 or 2 games away from the play-in for the playoffs. They get McCollum, who's good. They got rid of Josh Hart. I think Blazers are kind of cleaning house, but I actually seen something like salary related. They freed up like $60 million, and they have all those terms. Trade exemption opens up this max contract spot. Basically, long story short, they're trying to basically just revamp the team with new players around Dame. Go get 1 or 2 superstars. So I mean, either way, neither of those teams are going to win the NBA championship. So I guess let's just sum it up that way. I don't think it's going to be a big difference. Maybe one of those teams will sneak into the play-in games, but I'm just waiting to see the Harden, the Ben Simmons. Let's talk about those trades if they happen. But these trades, hopefully it's small peanuts.
What about Buddy Hield? I'm surprised that Sack didn't want to. He's
just a shooter, bro. Like the more you see him, I know he's Oklahoma's finest, but I mean, dude, it's Sacramento, bro. They have to at some point just do something new, bro. Like they've been just a freaking crappy franchise since the Chris Webber days, like 20 years, man.
20.
I don't know. I mean, I love Golden One. I don't get me wrong. Sacramento, they're trying to do themselves something over there, but I don't know. There's just bad franchises. I don't know. You just can't figure it out.
Speaking of like a kind of in the gutter franchise right now, which is kind of crazy to see because for years and years and years, I just used to see them just whoop on the Warriors every single time.
Spurs.
The Warriors must have lost to these dudes probably 25
like
plus
on the road?
times in a row,
Yeah.
dude. The San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors
we lost over
could
20
not
times
ever.
in a row on the road.
Oh my god, dude! It used to be so ugly. The Warriors could not beat these dudes. They're sitting 24 games behind, and just ever since their dynasty broke up, it's been kind of tough sledding for them, also, man. So.
They have young players, though. That's one of those teams, too. It's like, they'll always be garbage. Pop will still know how to win some games. Deontay Murray made the All-Star team. Derek White's okay. Pottle's okay. But it's true. When you talk about, they're okay, they're just the Warriors, far and away superior.
So are the Suns.
Suns, these teams are just like... it's not even just freaking go talk about our team, but damn, the Warriors, we're really this good right now, guys. Like, we are really, I don't want to say how, but how. And you kind of really think about it. Like, there's not a man in the world who
he's only just getting started, is Clay. He's only just starting to find his feet, his feet from under him. He's just feeling for his stroke. Yeah.
Without Wiseman too, like Draymond hasn't played in 3+
Wiseman
weeks.
just did,
crazy.
He just was cleared, I believe, today to do physical contact drills.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
If the Suns were in the East, they'd be up by 9 games.
Oh God.
On the Heat.
It's crazy.
Number one record in the East, the Heat 35-20. In the West, it's the Suns at 44-10.
Have the Nets? I know the Nets are still like a top 5 team as far as futures are and winning the NBA title, but I just saw a crazy stat. They were down 26 points today with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. That is the fastest that a team has gone down by that much in the last 25 years. And I had to rub my eyes and close my phone, open it again. It's like, really, the Nets did that? Not someone who's bottom of the...
No Harden, no Kyrie, no Durant, though. There's always that small blemish. The thing is, it shows how bad that team actually is without them. That actually was the prime example.
Holy crap, how do you do that?
I will say to what Mark said, though, to what Mark just said real quick, I will say we're seeing, the Suns, the Warriors far and ahead. They'd be 9 games or whatever ahead of these guys. But it actually just shows how competitive the East is right now. When I see that the Heat and Bucks are first, second, and the Bulls, which I've always said since the beginning, are in third.
Cavs.
Hey, the Cavaliers are a game and a half out of first. The 8th place Brooklyn Nets are 5.5 games out of first.
LeBron James is
just
not on the Cavaliers, and they're a good team. When the hell did that happen?
Oh, bro, Darius Garland, bro. Evan Mobley, USC's finest. They're the truth, man.
When I saw him get traded, or not traded, but drafted to the Cleveland, I was like, oh, damn. Well, it was a nice career, buddy.
But just think about this. The last playing spot in the East are the Hawks, 8.5 games out of first. The 10th team, last playoff in the West, 22 games out of first.
Think about how many people were saying that when they were getting drafted to the Warriors.
I know,
nice
right?
career, buddy.
And now it's like, oh, please, 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 please.
Who got the shortest end of that stick?
Who?
M.E. Number 8.
For who?
Oh,
Monte Ellis, dude.
Oh, yeah. God, he got traded to the Bucks in that freaking Bogut trade. That was pre Giannis.
But you got to remember, though, little. I mean, he was pretty decent for us. I mean, he balled out for us.
He don't want to play with Curry though. He don't want to play with Curry.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, exactly. Once Curry came, and he kind of felt like Curry was going to be the man, and just like tensions came, and then he got traded. It's like that right there, that trade and whatnot is kind of what like changed the whole franchise.
That was arguably like the championship decision. Yeah, we got Iggy, we got Livingston, but getting Bogut. How huge is he setting those screens for Curry? Without Bogut, we don't win the championship. Facts. 100%. Basketball is fun when we're winning, though, for damn sure. It's like Mike, it's true. Like, it's still that sport that, I'm kind of like blossoming over more because we're winning and I do like it, but like, still that sport that's kind of like second, third in the pecking order compared to other sports.
Well, back to the NFL for our last segment of the sports section. I told you guys earlier this week when I was watching this that I'm going to change the setting to, not clean, but, very, very explicit. So here we go. 30 for 30, the tuck rule.
Oh God!
You didn't watch it yet?
I didn't watch it yet.
But you've seen the tuck rule, so it's like, it was cool to see. I went back and forth so much about it, like just my emotions was a roller coaster. Like when Charles Woodson and Tom Brady are joking around with each other about certain things, I kind of had like a little half smirk on my face. But then they would go back to the game and show the plays, and they would go back to like Lincoln Kennedy talking about stuff, Tim Brown talking about stuff, Troy Brown
Kennedy.
talking about stuff.
Big Lane.
That fucking asshole Walt Coleman,
William McGinnis, Walt Coleman, Teddy Bruschi, all of them.
They was all talking. They was all chirping.
Walt Coleman with his fucking geriatric ass. Like it was a 4 pass back then. It was a 4 pass 20 years later. Like fuck you, dude. Walt Coleman.
It's just when you
the referee who called the call, the one who got the call from Paul Tagliabue, the commissioner at then, and said, "Hey, the Raiders. Hey, did you forget who was in the playoffs?
New York.
The Raiders. Let's go ahead and find fucking chapter 8, section this, and this. And fuck you." And then just call the
when Tom Brady literally tells Charles Woodson, I literally was tucking the ball. But since the ball wasn't all the way in, that's kind of what it was, actually. It wasn't just a forward motion. The ball wasn't all the way in.
And make it seem like it wasn't a total, like, just
it didn't make sense.
It was like, you have to touch the ball to your body for it to then be knocked out as a fumble. Like, no, if you have no intention of throwing the ball, if you let go of the ball, if I went like this,
weird.
And if Tom Brady was never touched by Charles Woodson, but where he had the ball, if he threw it, it would throw like straight at the ground. He had no intention of throwing it to anybody but his own dick. Like, no, like it was a fumble. It was a fumble. And then the thing that pissed me off the most was the whole thing about because we always talk about the what ifs, and so then they went on a whole Marvel universe, a multiverse of Raiders winning the Super Bowl.
Win.
And then they go back to back. And, Tom Brady, the fake news articles of what they're going to go with Drew Bledsoe or whatever. And oh my God.
I will say it was crazy because right after that they showed the Tom Brady little series that's going on right now. And I did watch that first episode, and it is crazy the year that Tom Brady became Tom Brady. That was the year that Drew Bledsoe signed his 10-year, $130 million contract, and he was actually healthy enough to play in like week 12 that season. So it's kind of crazy to me, like, damn, like Tom Brady never actually tore it up with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 games for some crappy teams during that injury stint. And to a degree, damn, props to Bill Belichick maybe for you still stuck around with the guy who became the GOAT, man. Like
Bill Belichick. I would have still gone with Tom. Oh, fumble. Fucking asshole.
Oh no, man! Very crazy storylines in that, bro. It's nuts.
So they even did the what if on Mike. Damn, that's
they did cold, Did they show Charles Woodson lifting the trophy?
Damn.
They photoshopped it and stuff. I was like,
oh
my God, dude. Yeah.
No,
they did, bro.
They didn't just stick the knife. Yeah. They twisted
and they're at Tom's house.
Bro.
I think it was Tom's house. So I was like, bro, everything you have is paid for by that call. Of course, he could have worked. He was He's a very hardworking quarterback. He still would have been maybe top 10, top 20 or whatever if he still would have stuck with the Patriots and still would have won like a handful more Super Bowls. But
no, though, because if Drew Bledsoe was healthy, he would have been the quarterback for the next 10 years, though. He just signed a 10
so where does he, so where does he go? Does he go to Pittsburgh before Big Ben gets, like all these things? You can go down so many rabbit holes.
He would have never. I don't know. Yeah.
So what happened? So Bledsoe had a career ending?
No, Bledsoe got freaking his head knocked off. And he lost I don't know how many pints of blood, like 7 pints of blood. And he lost hella weight. He missed like 7 to 9 weeks. And then in the AFC Championship game of that season, that was the game that Brady twisted his ankle hella bad, and Bledsoe came in, I believe, in the second quarter and led the team to the win. Obviously, had 3 touchdown passes, I believe. And they still started Brady in the freaking Super Bowl. It's crazy. It's nuts, bro.
Oh, man. What pissed me off the most was just like how Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and Walt Coleman can just fucking sit there and be like, "Yep, it was an incomplete pass. It was an incomplete pass." When they got rid of the rule,
Kraft's the worst, bro.
Like Tom Brady even says it was a fumble at this time. He was just fortunate enough that they, saw that rule. Right, and then they go back, and he was like, and then I remember the whole thing of how, we were playing the Jets earlier this season, and Vinny Testaverde goes back and he does that. I was like, bro, did you see Vinny Testaverde's arm? Like that was more going forward for a forward pass than Tom just straight down into his belly. Like,
well, Tom admits it. It's just it's the rule. You see when he's talking to Charles, it's straight up. He's just like emphasizing it was the rules at that time. It was the rules from the rules. It was a fumble. And yeah, he's not stupid, man.
Yeah. And then Walt Coleman's like, well, and then I never even refereed another Raider home game after that, blah, 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 And then, like, Charles asking Tom, like, oh, like, you and Walt Cole? It's like, yeah, we're friends. He goes, of course, you and Walt Coleman are friends. Like, oh, dude, it was just a whole rabbit hole of what could have been. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of referenced that, what was it? Like the 1973 playoff game between the Raiders and Patriots, how it was like a roughing the passer call when I guess they said that it shouldn't have been. It led to the Raiders winning, but like that was so much more blatant than that.
Comparison, man.
If you're listening, sorry for the F-bombs, but it just kind of opens up all the old wounds that I had as a fan, and that's the beginning of my pessimism for the Raiders. Like if they win and then they go on to like be like a, just a more successful franchise, like not going to the playoffs 2 times in like a 15, 20-year span. If they like actually kind of are consistent, going a few years and then missing 1 year, going, what I'm saying? Like, but no, it was just, it's tough. It's definitely tough. But you know what? No, I'm not going to forget.
Agreed,
it's like,
brother.
we move forward and we'll forget. Nah, I won't fucking forget that, dude.
Never forget.
The last chance they had to win anything in Oakland.
Oh my God, just singing it. And then his nose goes, it was a incomplete pass then, and it was an incomplete pass 20 years later, you fucking asshole.
Just how arrogant, like him and Kraft. I mean, it's him and Kraft. Kraft's just like, yeah, it was a fumble. He might be even worse than Walt.
Yeah, I know.
Kraft. I hate Robert Kraft, the way his demeanor is, dude. He's a cocky ass, just like it was a fumble. That's it. Like, dude, really, bro? You never even played football, fat boy.
He's looking at the picture of the play and he goes, yep.
I don't know.
It's right there. Incomplete pass. Yep. It's just the smugness. Like, you're a bitch, dude.
Yep. He's looking at Mike right there. Like, hey,
dude, just a big fuck you to the fan base. Oh, man. If I was Charles Woodson, how the hell do you actually do that?
Wow.
I don't know. Hopefully a lot. Hopefully a lot to like to reopen those wounds too, and then to go to Tom Brady's house, his beautiful house in Florida, and then he loses at pool too, like chill cherry on top, and Tom beats him in pool.
Even Brady has his small jabs. What if they did call that a fumble and you guys win the Super Bowl? Would you be a Raider for life? Really? You're about to ask him that? And then Charles is cherry on top. Yeah, probably would have been.
Yeah.
Punk ass.
And no. The one was like when he was clapping. Nice call, Walt. He's like, what a call. Great call, Walt. Like, oh, you're a dick, dude. Tom, shut up. You're an asshole.
These fools, man.
Oh, man. So, anyways.
Enjoy it, Mark, when you watch it. Enjoy it.
Don't enjoy it. It's just a nice hour-long summary of why I'm such a pessimist when it comes to Raiders. Why I chose 13 or 14 weeks this year and bet against them in our Super Contest. It's just,
All because of the Tuck
not only
rules,
because
ladies
that,
and
but
gentlemen.
it just snowballed into other things. Barrett Robbins doing his, whatever the fuck he did in Mexico when we went to the Super Bowl the next year or 2 years later. Like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Oh man, drafting Stanford route or whatever the hell. Stanford route, one pick before Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, what?
Philip
Wow.
Philip Buchanan.
I'll never forget
Stanford
that.
Route, Philip
Route.
Buchanan,
Robert Gallery right
Gallery.
before Calvin Johnson. Oh my God.
Stanford
Or no,
route.
it was Larry Fitzgerald, right? Oh, dude.
Fitzy.
Where did
Nebraska?
Route come from?
He's a...
Was it?
Never mind. Doing something with corn on the cob.
Oh my God.
Man. Good times, right? Darren McFadden, Jamarcus Russell, good times.
Hey, it's time to just. Could we please get to the next segment? Because I really feel
Jamarcus
the torture.
Russell,
The list goes on. Darius Hayward Bay.
Hayward
DHB, oh my
Bay.
God.
That's who I was thinking about.
The recent cornerback. That one really
Maryland's
Burnett.
finest.
Arnett. What's his name?
Arnett.
Burnett.
Yep.
Can't pick stupid.
Arnett.
Arnett.
Our best
Arnett,
our
there
best
you
draft
go.
pick in the last
Arnett,
15,
Burnett.
20 years has been Sebastian Janikowski. He's a
Loyal to the
arguably
soil,
a Hall of Fame
man.
kicker, right? So, I mean, he held the record for 1 week, and then what's his name from the Niners tied it the next week in Green Bay?
Well, I actually say Seabass and Leffler. Your guys' kickers were great.
Year after year,
And
Pro
punter.
Bowls. Count it.
Leffler.
Put it on the board.
Yes.
What about Marquette King?
He was okay. He was actually a decent punter, but just his dumbass, bro.
The antics. Mike's at
Just imagine that. How funny is that as a punter? You freaking pin the ball in the 20. Yeah, let's get
Crip
riled
walking
up.
on,
Yeah.
what the hell? What are you, Travis Kelce? Come on, bro. Oh, man.
Oh, man. That's some fun stuff.
Hayward Bay,
Yep.
Maryland's finest.
Someday.
Ooh, there
one
it
day.
is.
One day
There
we're
it
going to
is.
get it, Mark. Maybe it'll be the year after I die, but one day. One day.
Didn't Hayward Bay? Didn't the Raiders get Hayward Bay? Was that the same year that the Niners got Crabtree?
Mhm.
It was.
And then Hayward Bay went to
was.
Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
He played in Pittsburgh after that? I think so.
He did go to Pittsburgh. He actually was a good role player in Pittsburgh because they didn't see him as a first round pick. He did special teams, did all the hard work and stuff. And he was actually all right at it.
He was there with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown was there, so he was wasn't expected to do much, So
And they had that other quarterback from the Raiders that went there too as the backup. The little Italian dude. What was his name?
oh God! And he always and he beat Pittsburgh twice, didn't he? Remember
yeah.
God damn! What was his name? Well,
we had a G in it. It had a G in it.
The classic is Marcus Tuiasosopo. That was the classic.
Tui, UCLA's finest.
Oh man. Okay. Well, on to brighter, pastures here.
Pastures.
So, thank you so much again for watching and listening to episode 142, which for you kids out there, it's going to have a big fat E for explicit because I can't talk about the Tuck rule and the Raiders sometimes without cussing. So, but on to the comic book. So let's get into it. So this week is New Comic Book Day is tomorrow, like we said, Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. Let's preview some of the books that we can expect for this week at your local comic book store. DC gives us Detective Comics 1052, Justice League 2022 Annual, of course, because what we need is more annuals. Batman Catwoman number 10, The Joker number 12. Just got word that issue 14 is actually the final issue of this book. Suicide Squad Blaze number 1, a new story from them. Marvel gives us Moon Knight number 8, Devil's Reign number 4, Avengers 53, New Mutants number 24, and look, another X-Men book, The Secret X-Men number 1. Image this week, Radiant Black number 12, The Scorched number 2, King of Spies number 3. Boom Studios gives us Mighty Morphin 16 and 7 Secrets 14. Behemoth Comics. We usually don't mention these guys, but it was very interesting. I was interested in the title of the book, Until My Knuckles Bleed, #1. And then AWA gives us 2 offerings this week, The Fourth Man, #2, and Hotel, Volume 2, #3. So, gentlemen, so I just finished my stack. So, if you've been listening the last couple weeks, all those ice storms and freaking tornadoes and stuff in the Midwest put a halt on getting all of our books. So I actually got a box last week with like 3 weeks worth of books. So I'm quite behind, but I actually just finished the week of like January 19th. So, I mean, shoot. Pretty much like throw out a book that you've read over the last couple weeks and we'll like discuss, Go ahead, man.
Well, I will say one quick thing is going back to the whole new fatherhood thing. Yep. I texted you this. They say you have free time. There's no such thing as free time. And no, there really isn't. Even like the baby's sleeping or something like that. You always always got that regular life thing you need to do. So my reading has been beyond all over the place and back. But one thing I did read, Mark, actually, and it's stuck in my mind. I probably read this 5 or 6 days ago, was Eat the Rich. And
wow.
Yeah, Eat the Rich. Exactly. My reading's all over the place. That was like 2 weeks ago.
2 months ago.
No, it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3
months.
But it just stood in my. I don't want to say months. I barely was on 2 months ago. But it was the one where the chick, she started doing all the crazy stuff of eating people and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, dude. Eat the Rich. It ended all right. The chick kind of, got away, but you finished it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been forever since I read that book. I
don't
even have it on my desk, but yeah, it was cool. Yeah,
it's where we're at. It's where we're at right now. Unfortunately, I'm like one Joker behind, so I'm like.
Well, are you on 10?
Okay, so you haven't read 11 yet.
I'm one Joker behind.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
it's good. I was actually disappointed that I saw that issue 14 is going to be it. So
14.
Tynion's giving us a good good slew of books and stuff.
I've loved the Joker.
Like I was telling Alex too, like the Joker,
sure.
Because obviously they said that Tynion was over at 14, but no one, I guess, picked it up. And I said, bro, you can have the Joker do hell of other things after this story. Like you can call it the Joker, but you could have like 2 different arcs or something like that where he like just makes someone else's life a complete living hell, right? So like this one is like James Gordon, right? And so you can have
Gordon, yes, sir.
Or Jim Gordon, sorry, Jim James. Same thing, I think. But then you can have like the next arc, he goes and terrorizes like Nightwing or something, or Beast Boy, or whoever the hell in the DC universe. You can have, it can be called the Joker, but he can get someone else, like another hero involved, so like
another big character.
So I was kind of disappointed that it's like really just, it's ousted. It's like, it's put on the shelf. It's done. So that's kind of lame. But no, I'm excited for you to read that.
Well, you guys got the whole run, so hang on to it.
Yeah, for real.
If you know what I mean. Did you guys read that?
Go ahead.
Or go ahead. Did you read that Batman Catwoman, that special, that kind of?
No, that is this week's. So if I'm reading week to week to week and I'm trying to catch up, technically that week falls like how I got my books. I was like, okay, cool. I finally got this week's book, and so I read a whole week before the episode, and now I read the 19th. So we got the Batman Catwoman on for January 26th. So technically, I'm on that week's books next week. So I will have that read by next Tuesday.
Did you read Dark Blood from last week, Mark?
That's what I'm reading. That's that same week.
Yes, I did.
I'm reading that one this week for next Tuesday.
That's that same week. Okay.
Let's see what else.
Yeah. That's fine. Whatever you guys are reading.
Almost American. Number 4.
That's your thing. Yeah, I know you're reading
that. It's been pretty good.
Good. I think the finale
unfortunately,
is next.
to be concluded. So issue 5 is it. So I wish I would have seen more. But hell, it could go on. It could be one of those things where you do seasons. It's not bad. The James Bond is pretty good. James Bond never is mind blowing to me, but it's always never bad.
Spy shit's always good.
man, he just freaking kills her at the end, or at least he shoots her. So who knows if she's dead? But with those new guns and the new bullets, how it just kind of turns to like dust as soon as it hits your body, so you're pretty much dead, right? Like plastic just going through your system like that. So if it was that kind of gun and bullet, she might be dead. I don't think you guys are reading this, but regarding the matter of Oswald's body, that from Boom Studios, that is actually pretty crazy. It's just a ragtag group of 4 people who are like hired by, you know, the CIA, FBI, or what have you, and they have plans to after, you know, because Lee Harvey Oswald was assassinated, killed 2 days after he allegedly killed John F. Kennedy right outside the courthouse, right? And so he was shot, and so they like switched the body. And so that was like the last part of issue 3 was that they got this guy, they killed him, and it was actually an accidental kill. Someone else was supposed to do it, and then they switched the bodies in them, and so pretty crazy. And at the very, very end, they have Lee Harvey Oswald's body like on ice or like in a chest, and he actually wakes up. So yeah, right. It's crazy that I'm reading 2 books right now that involve Lee Harvey Oswald in you know, regarding the body of Oswald's body, regarding the matter of Oswald's body, and then Department of Truth, because he's like one of the heads of the Department of Truth. So I was like, what the hell? So it's kind of crazy.
And then isn't it crazy that you're reading 2 books with Oswald in it and none of it is Cobblepot?
Right. Newburn. Yeah, that's one I kind of regret not. Yeah, that's kind of one I regret not picking up because you kind of rave about it every time we talk about an issue.
It's Chip Zdarsky, Jacob Phillips, real good. Image Comics. I actually did get that book, the Image Comics 30-year history. I haven't really flipped through that yet, but that seemed kind of cool to see.
Like the timeline or whatever
that they came out throughout their history. Yeah, Newburn, really good. Detective type stuff. Really did recommend it. The Human Target, this issue is great. Probably the best issue that I've liked so far. It was number 4, I believe. Book 4.
I think I should.
The Human Target.
You know what? I think I should have grabbed that Tom King story and left Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow on the shelf. I just finished issue 7 out of 8, so that book's almost done. It's just like, I feel like I'm reading.
So human Target, it's like the guy he's basically goes out on a mission to save Lex Luthor, and then Lex Luthor he basically drinks like a poison that was supposed to be for Lex Luthor, but he ends up like drinking it. Now he's got like 12 days to live, and you're like following him through like this journey of him like going through trying to find out like other crime investigations as he's going through these like 12 days, and as he's trying to figure out maybe something to help him, you know, find a cure and whatnot. And it's just a real good book, like there's romance in it, and just Tom King, dude, I say it all the time, freaking guy's probably becoming like my favorite writer, dude, slowly but surely. Fuck, sorry, I mean, for everyone cussed for Mike, cut all the F-bombs Mike said, I guess I can say one. Pretty damn good, though.
I mean, really, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is not horrible. I just feel like I'm reading Grant Morrison's Green Lantern run, where it's just kind of like out there and kind of confusing. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just not.
Do you like? Would you want to see Tom King spin off and do more of his own stuff, or do you like him with the DC characters and the universe of DC?
I mean, he's doing a fantastic job with. I mean, I think his overall run of Batman was great. Strange Adventures was great. Batman Catwoman's amazing. The new one that's supposed to come out in the next month or 2, I forgot what it was called, but it was one of those ones where I was like, oh my god, I grabbed like 4 new books last month on the DC previews, and that was one of them. I forgot what it was. I'll think of it later. But yeah, dude. Tom King. I mean, Tom Taylor too. You know, 7 Secrets is still going good. That took like a hiatus, like Noctero did and Geiger and stuff. So 7 Secrets number 13. I'm digging the book. Primordial. I'm so glad this is only a 6-issue miniseries. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, it was cool. Did you read issue 5, Sean, with the purple cover?
That one is. That's the one I'm on right now.
Okay.
That one I haven't read. Okay, I actually had that. It's actually like the second
I
on my
stack. I will tell you, it's better than the other ones, but it's still like, come on, man.
Well, that's always good to know.
Are you still getting Strange Academy?
Yeah.
It's good.
Strange Academy,
it's
still
good.
Getting. That one I think one behind two.
Yeah,
Are you guys still
like,
getting that one?
If kids read it, they would enjoy it. But I'm also liking it, like reading it as an adult. It's like X-Men meets Harry Potter. I think it's good. I think it's good.
Mm-hmm. At the school, oh yeah, it's like a little fresh type of book. I like
Superman, Son of Kal-El. Maybe this next arc. It's not horrible, but I don't know. I'm just missing Clark Kent. Doing the whole Superman thing. Of course, he's got Action Comics and stuff, but I don't know.
Are you gonna replace it with
issue
the Monkey
1.
Prince?
So that was I think I got it in my stack this week. So that'll be a couple weeks down the road that I actually read it. But I got the first issue of Monkey Prince. So we'll see. Did you end up reading it? Did you like it?
I didn't end up getting it. I was about to get it. I had it in my hand.
Hey, that Detective Comics 1048. Did you end up getting the cover with Harley on it, like doing the painting? Oh, you did? Okay, cool. I thought you said for some reason. Oh, I didn't get that one. Oh, anyways, and those are the last 2 books I have. If you read today Detective Comics 1048 and 1049, I read those.
No, I have 1040.
Welcome
I have
back,
48, 49, 50, and 51.
A stellar comic book section where we're so far behind, and then and you actually read ones that I'm still behind on. Like it was, but we will, overcome. Unlike the tuck roll, we will overcome these shortages of books. But did you read anything else you wanted to mention, Sean? Mark?
I mean, Action, Devil's Reign was. I don't know if I've talked about these already. I mean, not really.
Yeah, I'm sure next week I'll have a more clear path.
You haven't even read Batman 120,
That's
huh?
all
I take it as a no.
Dark Blood, Batman, Catwoman, the Action, the 10. It would be 1050 at that point. 1050, and then Batman 120. That's a stack of like 7 or 8 books I have for next week.
Mm-hmm. Batman was all right. Typical Williamson. Kind of. B gradish, B minus in my opinion. It's all right.
He has to start each and every arc with like a brand new character. Like he did that with Godspeed on his Flash run. But it's quite successful because we've seen Godspeed in the TV show. So he invented 5 or 6 characters for the Flash. So of course he starts his Batman run with what's his name? Abyss, right? So
Abyss.
Yeah. So. Did you read 120, Sean?
Negativo.
The only book Sean's reading right now are little kid books for Kaysen, right?
And I'm reading them damn things like 10, 15 times. Oh, man. Got the songs memorized, the books memorized.
Yep, you got to start getting those little golden books with the golden spine. All the Disney ones.
Oh, yeah.
I just got... It was like the 50th anniversary for Disney World, so it was like Mickey's Fun Adventure, but it was like based off of, it was kind of surrounding itself around the 50th anniversary. And then the same week I got her Space Mountain. It was hella funny because I was talking to thank you, by the way, to everyone who listened last week. It was me and Danielle for a quick episode talking about, just stuff we watched and everything. And then, of course, the NFC Championship game. But it was funny because the Space Mountain book, I made a joke, and it was at your expense, Sean. It was an African-American family who was at Disney World, and they were going to Space Mountain, right? And the kids were like, I want to go on Space Mountain, I'm going to Space Mountain. And then, so the mom and the 2 kids go on Space Mountain while the dad goes on like just the people mover, just like the small little like, oh, you guys go ahead. And so the dad was afraid of like the roller coaster. I was like, oh, there's Sean on the people mover as
I will proudly say I do every ride in Disneyland. I'm not the biggest fan of Splash Mountain.
What about California Screaming?
That's big on that one, but the big old California, hell no. I'll hold your stuffed animals, drink a beer, and sit on my benches and popcorn. I ain't going no Screaming.
You've never done that one?
Nope.
Because
why would I do that?
It's the Incredicoaster now.
No.
It's based off the Incredibles, so it's like that just makes it better, right?
No way. Even like the little Mickey Ferris wheel and stuff. All those kind of things I only did like once. It was when I was first date Marissa, trying to be like a good boyfriend at the time. I mean, even went to the Marine World, trying to Discovery Cay. They got them stupid little rides and stuff. Oh my god, worst day of my life.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
What the hell am I do this? What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I go upside down for? Hella high. Oh,
right?
Heart attack or something.
Like that's the whole thing. Like whenever we went down to LA, Danielle was like, "Ooh, Magic Mountain." I'm like, I'm never stopping at Magic Mountain. Why would I want to throw up all day? Why would I want? I'm not going to go and pay like $50 to $100 to be nauseous the whole day. No, thank you. Like, oh, I love my kids, but I'm taking you somewhere else. Like, shove off.
I don't get it, Mark. Any
Legoland.
input on that?
Legoland.
I do some Legoland.
But I mean,
do the zoo.
Yeah,
I do.
It's hard. The older you get, it's hard to take all those turns. I couldn't take him at 16. And twists.
Definitely not going to take him at 35.
Oh, really? At 16, I used to love that type of shit.
What was that one ride at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk? The red ride where you sit down as two people and the whole thing spins, but then the individual car spins the other way, right? It's like it looks like a half of an egg. It was called Riptide.
Stupid.
And I was down for the count when I was like 7 or 8 years old for like an hour, right? Of course, an ice cream cone. My parents got me, fine. So nowadays, like I could go, like if Maddie or Cam, like years down the road, wants to go on an Incredicoaster coaster, I can do that like one time, and then I'm done for the day. Like I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm a one and done guy on a roller coaster. Like if I start going on multiple roller coasters, I will feel freaking sick.
What about the one that my kid loves? It's like at Disneyland. I know other places have it, and you sit down, and then it's like the table.
Nope.
And you like spin the table, and the faster you spin the table. Oh my god, my kid loves that, dude. And I spin it as fast as I can just for her enjoyment. Right? I'm spinning it as fast as I can.
Only spins I get is after Sabor. After all them
or a key after a couple swirls.
Or a key.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I spin it as fast as I can, and then I regret it once that ride's over. I'm like,
and then right after you get off of Teacups, and what's right there? Matterhorn. Dad, let's go on the bumpy ass ride in Matterhorn. No thanks. No, let's go right here over to the little boat where you go through Pinocchio the whale.
The Nemo.
Nemo's been closed for a while.
Good. Right across from it.
Oh yeah.
Nemo has.
I haven't gone on
submarine.
I haven't gone on the submarine before it was Nemo like 10 years, and then finally it became Nemo, and I still haven't gone on it because every time since it's been Nemo, it's been closed for some reason.
I haven't been either, bro. That was like the ride of me and Alice would always go to when we were like younger, exactly before Nemo. But yeah, Nemo, I've never gone on it. That's funny. And then like right there in the little right next to Nemo, they got the little concession stand. They have the little Darth Vader thing, Star Wars.
But anyways, start getting those little golden books. But I mean, so we got some news coming for everyone. I didn't really look up all the Academy Award nominations. I was just on a certain website that talked about the comic book movies. So I do know that Shang-Chi and Spider-Man No Way Home were both nominated for visual effects. But unfortunately, even though globally, Spider-Man No Way Home has taken in $1.77 billion, it still wasn't nominated for anything else, which just goes to show you. I mean, between that and all these left-wingers just like getting up there and just preaching about what, their personal, platform and stuff is, it's just like boring and just makes me gouge my eyes out. You're putting the wrong movies on there. Sorry. Spider-Man No Way Home was the best movie of 2021. I'm sorry, can you please name me another movie that was better than Spider-Man No Way Home? Don't worry, I'll wait.
But isn't it? They're probably going to put it on the next year.
No, but it was already nominated. So if it was nominated for visual effects, it would have been nominated for Best Picture. But it didn't.
Best Picture. Stupid. They're probably trying to get somebody there. Like Mark said, they'll nominate next year, but that's stupid. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but there are certain movies you haven't watched yet, but the proof is in the pudding. When certain people say it was that good, it was probably that good.
I think three movies I think 3 Disney movies were nominated for Best Animated Picture. I think it was Encanto, Luca, and Raya and the Last Dragon. So all 3 of those are...
Which one would you pick out of those 3, actually?
Oh, Encanto, for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean...
Encanto was good. I actually really liked Luca.
I liked both of them. I liked all 3.
Really liked
Raya and the
Luca.
Last Dragon, tons of action. It was funny, too. But, like, just with the story, the music, just everything in Encanto.
Story was good in Encanto.
And I kind of base it off of what my kids want now. My kids don't shout for Luca. They don't shout for Raya. They shout for the Family Madrigal. And Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. But how? So and then Bruno. Where are you? I know you. I told Alex about it earlier, but Sean, where are you on Boba Fett?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Michael, because we actually Disney. No, hold on. So I've watched the first 2 episodes of Boba Fett, and we had our phone. I still was on the family plan. We changed our service provider, and our Disney Plus is through our old one. And I was on Disney Plus maybe last week, and I'm just like, damn, I can't log in right now. What the hell is going on? And then I asked Chantel, and it was because my dad just recently changed it. So we're actually just getting our Disney Plus back. Hopefully
online,
this week, and I'll be able to catch up. Back online, getting the passwords.
That's the worst thing about getting a new phone. And then for me, getting a brand new phone number. Because, I dropped my personal line, and I just have my work phone. Everything. I get an email about YouTube TV. Hey, we didn't get your payment. Nudge. Like, oh, crap, I forgot that one. I forgot to change the, Netflix doesn't work. Hulu doesn't, or whatever you pay for. It's like, crap. I need to actually get on one of those sites. It's like Truebill or something, and it like you sign up for it and like goes through all of your bills, and it's like all the unnecessary crap, and it's like, people are like saving hundreds of dollars a year on stuff that they either don't need, like period, or they kind of like revamp their, DirecTV or kind of like redo stuff to save you money. I don't know if you pay them. You probably have to. It's probably a service you pay them.
How would we do it though? Because we stream, so it isn't really gonna get much cheaper than like the
it probably.
YouTube
I don't know.
TV.
Is there an algorithm they run? So it's like, dude, you never go on Paramount Plus. Why do you have it? So it's like if you have Paramount Plus for one thing,
it'll be something like
drop
that.
it. Like, why are you paying $120 a year to have, saying so, or whatever, $5-7 a month? So
that makes sense.
Or even I think your phone bill, they can probably adjust it.
True bill.
I don't know. My internet though is starting to like crap out. Even though I think so far so good on the stream tonight. I think, like how you complain and they either give you an upgrade for free or they lower your bill or whatever. It's like they did that like 6 months ago, and now it's to the point where now it's starting to cut up where they flip the switch, and now it's and now my internet's ass. So it's time for me to make the phone call again and threaten to, hey, I'm leaving. I've been a customer for 20 years or whatever the hell, So time for me to call up old Xfinity. Yeah, but
I like it.
Anything else? Oh, and then like I said in the preview, one of my favorite video games all time. I kind of grew up in that, Final Fantasy, but like Zelda, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter. I love playing all those games. So Tom Holland actually wants to play Jak in like a live action Jak and Daxter game. I don't know if you guys played it, but I thoroughly enjoyed all 3 of the games. There was 3, and that'd be freaking awesome if he did that.
Tom Holland's a man, dude. He's pretty freaking good. I'm looking forward to that movie he's in with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
what's it called again? Uncharted?
Game,
is that what it is? Yeah, it looks like it'd be pretty good.
I think they were on that conversation. They were like, "Oh, so you're an Uncharted, right? So what's another video game, character you'd want to play?" And then that's when he brought that up. Yeah. So, any other news? Nice. Mark, you got box office numbers. Is Spider-Man still number 1? I mean, I think I would assume so. It's been like 8 weeks. 8 freaking weeks it's been on the theaters, and nearly $2 billion. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's actually going. Jackass Forever.
Nice.
Jackass Forever, man. And Moonfall actually beat him out over the weekend. Spider-Man was third with 9.5 million. Yes, and
what? Sorry.
God, Jackass Forever.
Right?
That's
I think
crazy.
Johnny Knoxville said this is like his last one. And like I think Yeah, I mean, he's like, I think he's a
handle.
father and everything. He's just got more important things he needs to worry about. Stop getting hit in the head and in the nuts, you know.
How old
Probably
is he?
he's
Almost
getting up
50?
there.
He's
I mean,
just about 50
from the previews,
almost, yeah.
I see that they brought in like celebrities, like Machine Gun Kelly was on doing a couple stunts. So I think they might bring in a whole like new kind of era. I would love to watch the Jackass movies for years to come and just like a whole new breed of people, because obviously I don't want those guys to all like die off of like brain damage, So, but yeah, that'd be a good one to see. Oh, well, it's almost Valentine's Day. What do you guys got planned? Actually, usually Valentine's Day for me is not as important as the next day is my wife's birthday. So still get something. It's like my daughter's birthday and Christmas. Still have to separate it, but there's less emphasis on Valentine's Day than that one. Sean, your dating anniversary, right, is on Valentine's Day, so it's like a double whammy if you guys still celebrate that.
It is. Yeah, I mean, we have the dating anniversary. I mean, obviously have the wedding anniversary, which is a little bit more important. But no, we'll find some way to celebrate it. We got the little guy, so I know it's not like, oh, he's getting some shots now. Hey,
right.
Whoever wants to babysit the little guy, go ahead. But definitely got to make the wife feel special, and
once you have kid number 2, though, you'll feel like that. Because like Casey will be like older, and then you'll have 2 kids, and then at that point you're like, please. When does he get his shots? Or when does she get her shots? Please, I just want to get out of the house,
Yeah, it's like what everyone said. When you have that first kid, it's like overly, not even say spoiled, because it's freaking 2-month-old. It's more just like spoiling them with love and just wanting to be with them and the pictures and stuff.
A couple anxiety attacks of like, because once he starts rolling or crawling, then he gets into things, and then he'll, God forbid, fall off the bed, if he's like just chilling in the bed, and then all of a sudden, like, wait,
That's the next phase, man. That's going to be the next phase for sure, bro. Yeah, dude, it's only within it's these COVID babies, bro. They're built different, man. This guy was on his back, rolling on his front, man, like the first 2-3 weeks. I was like, okay, I like what I'm seeing, athlete.
There it is.
What was that, Mark? Yeah, dude.
I said there it is.
I mean, yeah, hopefully we get to see the little man pretty soon, though, for sure.
100%, man, for sure. Mark, what's new, brother?
Nothing much, man. Nothing. Just
soccer season starts.
Chilling, dude. Catching up on books, too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nice.
Lizzie scored a goal.
Ooh. And games already started?
Nah, it's not a game. Just still like little kids soccer stuff, but they have little scrimmages. Yeah. She scored the goal. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, the best.
After she was goalie, she ran out of goalie and just took the ball and scored the goal. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Danielle's in Oregon, so I had to run practice. Not by myself. I had one of the other moms help me out. But, yeah, man, trying to corral 7 feral cats, 4 and 5-year-olds. It's quite the chore, but at the end of the day, it's like, after 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks now, so it's like, okay, bring it in, take a knee, and they like actually do it now. After like 3 weeks, they're, you can see the progression a little better. Like when I say, okay, because a lot of them want to have their hands separated when they bat. I'm like, okay, instead of going up to them and physically moving their hands, each one of them now it's like, okay, where's your hands? And so now they go back. So it's like, it's like just pounding information and like repeating things over and over and over again, and it finally sticks. And that's not just with sports. That's with like, hey, don't touch that in light socket, don't pick up that knife, it's like eventually they'll learn, so, but it's quite rewarding like so far, I will say, even though it's like my youngest group I've ever coached before. Yeah, I told Danielle, thanks. You just signed me up for life, because if I'm going to grow up with Maddie or Cam, like in Little League, right, I'm always going to get asked to coach, and at the end of the day, if I have the time, then I probably will try to make the time to do that, so, but, it's better than just sitting at home doing nothing, So.
Coaching the kids, bro, he says rewarding, man, especially at that age. Probably take a little patience, but like you said, man, once you start like banging that thing in their head and they start just learning things and they start remembering things, they start like even like teaching each other, like the kids start talking to each other and stuff. That's pretty cool.
I think at this age, they're 4 years old. I mean, at this point in the game, you just want them to learn a few things fundamentals-wise, just the basic fundamentals of baseball. But the main thing is just for them to have fun and like want to sign up for the next year. You don't want to be part of the reason why they just stop playing baseball. Like make it fun and just loose and stuff, and then hopefully they sign up for farms or whatever the next step is the next year. And then before you know it, you have 7 more kids who are playing when they're 12, 13, 14 years old onto high school, hopefully college, and maybe you've just started teaching the next Mike Trout. You never know. So we'll see. Yeah,
that's Coach Mike.
But if there's nothing else in like the comic book and entertainment world, I think that's pretty much it for episode 142, man. Actually, I thought we were going to go over hell of time, but I mean, we pretty much kept the comic book short. Yeah, we did a good job, and especially with 4 of us on here. Yeah, so Sean, it was great to have you back on, and hopefully, you'll get this lucky streak of the baby being down, and then you'll be on for the rest of this time. Hopefully there won't be like sporadic like random days you're not here, but that's gonna happen. So, but Mark, another awesome episode with Alex. Congratulations again to the Rams, the Bengals. Going to be a great Super Bowl 56. This is our third? No, technically it's only our. Oh no, it is our third technically. Yeah, so our third Super Bowl preview show of the Bookies podcast is in the books. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for episode 142. Fellas, take us away.
Oh, man. Like I said, the only comparison was a Jordan comeback. I'm very happy to be back episode 142, like Mark said, Mike said, and no better feeling than being with my brothers, man. Fun episode, and it couldn't have been on a better week. The Super Bowl preview week, like Mike just said, going to be a huge game with the Bengals and Rams in L.A. I guess, as a neutral sports fan based on who's in it, let's just hope for a good football game. Comic book wise, obviously Mark is, pretty much leading the pack and being updated with his books. Mike and I have a little picking up to do, but we're going to keep doing what we do, keep chipping away, keep supporting Treasure Island Comics in Fremont, California. You guys got to see the man himself, Alex, tonight. Super cool guy, gets you what you need. And yeah, I think what Mike said was best. I'm going to be in week out. There might be a couple sporadic newborn moments where I might need to miss a week here and there, but big picture, I'm happy to be back. Kason will be making some appearances to see you guys, and hey, I love you guys. Happy to be back for sure.
Yes, sir. Happy to be back. Football's going to wither away after this weekend, but NASCAR is right around the corner with the 500. Congratulations on another Coliseum conquered by the conqueror of Coliseums, which that is Joey Logano, with another baby. With a baby girl being born today, actually, his 3rd child. Congratulations to him. The 22-22 starts off strong by winning the Clash, so we'll see. But thank you guys for joining us in episode 142. It has been great. Check us out on all our social media at the Comic Bookies on Twitter and on Instagram. If you want to email us, you guys know it's at the Comic Bookies at Gmail or the Comic Bookies at gmail.com. And yes, you guys enjoy the weekend, enjoy, the Super Bowl, and enjoy reading these books. You guys, if you guys are behind like these guys, just try to get caught up a little bit. I know it's hard, but we all got these lives going, and they are very busy. But congratulations, Sean, on your baby boy. Congratulations on being back to the episode. It's the 3 amigos back in the saddle, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Us 3 expressing our opinions and our voice for the world. And thank you, fans, and share it, and drop a comment and drop a 5 stars, or however many stars you want to. But we encourage 5. We thank you guys, and this is 142. Thank you.
Me and Sean, we select the Rams to go ahead and cover this game, a -4 to a 4.5. Mark is taking Joe Burrow, smoking Joe Burrow, to cover that game. But yeah, I mean, this is it, man. This is what it's all about. Super Bowl is here. Super Bowl 56, the last game of the season. But of course, as the tides change from the NFL, we get into spring training of baseball. Hopefully we have a season, I think. But NASCAR is here. Very excited about that. The rest of the NHL and NBA season is here. EPL and Champions League, all that good stuff and more to come. But yeah, thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Share with all your friends. For those of you who are listening, of course, we're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Android. We're on Amazon Prime Music. We're on iHeartRadio. Wherever you find your podcasts, you can find the Comic Bookies. But for Sean and for Mark, this is Mike. This has been the Comic Bookies Podcast, episode 142. Thank you so much for supporting. Enjoy the sports, enjoy the comics, and enjoy each other. Peace out. Go Rams.
Peace.
Peace. And always enjoy this last football game of the season. Because for all you degenerate gamblers out there, remember, there won't be any meaningful pigskin be playing until September upcoming in the fall. So enjoy Super Bowl 56. Peace out.